Welcome to the best gambling podcast on the internet. Last week, someone said they hit a parlay with my over and unders. I appreciate it. I hope you're spending that money wisely. Let's get to the first game, and it's Thursday night. I'll make sure I'll get this video up just before the Tampa Bay-Chicago game starts. The over-under is 44.5. And I got to go money. Guys, I'm going to go with a surprising over. I know Mike Evans probably won't play. I know one of the Bears' tight ends is out, but I think when you look at this game, the first thing I'm looking at is Tampa Bay's defense has been underwhelming this year. And we know how good Tom Brady's been, and I feel like this Tampa Bay offense is picking up rhythm. There's a reason why you bring in Gronkowski. There's a reason why you have Godwin. I don't know why you guys are all down in the dumps thinking Chicago's going to win this game and that Tampa Bay's not going to pick up any points. There's plenty of weapons. There's plenty of artillery on this Tampa Bay offense. And then Nick Foles is going to do something tonight. I'm not saying it's going to be anything consistent. I'm not saying it's going to be a prolific offense. But Chicago needs to be more creative on offense. And Nagy, when he has his back against the wall, I think we're going to see some creativity. This is going over. This is the one I'm most sure about. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. The over-under is 54. I'm sure most people, probably 80% of the bets will be for over, but I'm going under here. And the rationale starts with Carolina's defense. There's not a lot of names on here. ESPN's not going to talk about a lot of these dudes, but they're young, they're hungry, and they're fast. And I love this Carolina defense. I'm not saying it's like top 10 or anything like that. And then when you look at this Atlanta offense, Julio's probably not playing, but this Atlanta offense can move the ball. But moving the ball and putting up 500 yards doesn't equate points. I'm going under. Next game, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. The over-under is 55. I'm going over. Pat Mahomes, it's easy. He's going to put up points. Every single game against the Raiders, he seems to dazzle. He seems to put up 30, 35 points every single game against them. But you want to know what? I think the Raiders bring a little bit of competition this time. I don't think it's going to be like the games last year. I think the Raiders are actually going to fight in this game, and then offense can put up some points. Go over. I'm actually liking this over. Next game, we got Denver at New England. The over-under is 48.5. I'm going under. I'm just not in love with this Denver offense, and we saw them get the run game going a little bit last week, but we have to preface that and say you're New York Jets, ladies and gentlemen. And then you got New England, and the quarterback situation is up in the air. Cam might play. Cam might not play. I just don't like this. Even if Cam plays, you could bet this late. I think if Cam plays, it'll bump up a little bit, and then you can still slide in with the under. Next game, we got the LA Rams at the Washington football team. The over-under is 46.5. Well, this is a really interesting game because Kyle Allen's finally getting the start for the Washington Redskins or football club, whatever you want to call them. So I'm still going under, and I'm a little bit concerned with what I saw out of the Rams last week. And if the Rams don't run the ball good, if they don't get play action going, Goff can't stand in that pocket and deliver 30, 35 times. He's just not that good. He needs to play action. He needs the running game. And I don't know if there's a better run defense in this league than the Washington team. And I know people will throw out stats and say, Lawson, you're an idiot. But I love this front seven of Washington. I think they shut down the Rams' run game, and that's what leads to this going under. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. The over-under is 54.5. Well, this is a really tough one, and I'm going to go over because I don't trust this Houston defense, and then also we can't trust this Jacksonville defense. Plus, I think we're going to see a big boost in energy. We're going to see a little bit more creativity out of this Houston offense. And I just think the players are happy Bill O'Brien's gone. I'm certainly happy he's gone. And I'm not even a Texans fan. I'm just a fan of football. And Bill O'Brien really has been weighting this ship down. Team morale is up. I think points go up. Next game, Buffalo at Tennessee. over under 49. We don't even know if there's going to be a game. If there is a game, I'm going over because Tennessee's defense, while it looks good on paper, they don't really play all that great on the field. And the problem with this Tennessee defense is they're extremely weak against the deep pass. And that's one thing the Bills with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, they can do. So go over here if they play. And it's just rather disappointing that Tennessee is bogging down this NFL season with the COVID. I saw they hit like 22 people that tested. Just ridiculous. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Jets, a.k.a. the worst team in football at the moment, over under 47. I'm going over. I'm not saying Flacco's going to do much, and that's not where this bet's placed on. But I do think the Jets can scrap 20 points in this game. But I think Arizona comes in here and whips work on offense against a Jets team that doesn't have a lot of morale, kind of similar to Houston. If there's another team that needs a coaching change, it's the New York Jets. Go over here. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Pittsburgh Steelers, over under 44. I'm going to go under here because I think this is going to be a close 20-17 game. I think this is a one-score game that's decided in the fourth quarter. And what's interesting, though, is will this Philadelphia offense ever take off? Will we ever see the magic we saw when Miracle Nick Foles led them to a Super Bowl when they were borderline unstoppable? I don't trust Philadelphia to run the ball. And then also on the other side of the line of scrimmage is Big Ben's awesome. Big Ben, he's had a renaissance year, but I think this Philadelphia pass rush gets in his way a little bit and makes it somewhat difficult for him. That's why I'm going under. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens, over under 51. When it's Baltimore, you go over. And because I think Lamar is going to go off this week. But can I tell you guys another reason? I think the Bengals are going to give the Ravens a little bit of resistance. Now, that can work against you because when you think of the Bengals' resistance, you think of Burrow, firstly, who looked good last week. And then you think of my favorite player in this league, Joe Mixon, maybe the most underrated player in this league. So if Joe Mixon gets going, we could see this maybe go under. But I still think there's going to be explosion. And then when you think about the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to come into this game with an attitude, with something other than data. Go over here. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins at the San Francisco 49ers. Money, 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 money. I got Miami and San Francisco to go under. And I think this is going to be a defensive football game. I read the injury report today. It looks like Garoppolo will start, but it's not certain yet. Anyone who says they know is talking out of their behind. So I still think the San Francisco team, I am a little bit concerned with how they've been running the ball, especially last week. It wasn't as consistent. And then with Miami, we see Miami put up a lot of yards, but we don't see them put up a lot of points. That's why I'm going under. Next game, we got the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys, over under 54. I'm going under. And I think the Cowboys are going to have a response. This Cowboys offense has looked good at times. I'm not going to try to undercount it. I don't think this Giants defense is good enough to do to Dak what they did to Jared Goff. But, man, I don't trust this Giants offense. I just can't see them putting past 17 points. And you're not going to cover this over-under if the Giants only put up 17 or 14 points. So go under. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Cleveland Browns, over-under 47. Well, I'm going under here, and it's surprising because, yes, I know we all loved what Baker did last week, and that offense absolutely exploded against the Cowboys. But this Colts defense has been playing very, very good football. Do I buy into the talking point that they're the best defense in this league? No. Let's be honest about it. They're not the best defense, but they're a consistent, physical, well-coached defense. This is going under. Next game, the Minnesota Vikings at the Seattle Seahawks, over under 56.5. I'm going to go with a surprise. over here because the Vikings can't stop anyone and the Seattle Seahawks can't stop anyone. But here's why this isn't a money pick. When you factor in Kirk Cousins to any equation, it brings down your certainty level. Let's just be realistic about it. Because, yeah, he's looked good the last 2 weeks, and we've seen him starting to get in a little bit of a symbiosis with Justin Jefferson. And yes, that's great, but he can also choke at any given time. And then when Kirk Cousins has a bad game, teams will do the 8-9-man box, and then Dalvin Cook has nowhere to run. Seattle's offense will tear up the Vikings defense. We know that's going to happen. Next game, we got the LA Chargers at the New Orleans Saints, over under 51. I'm going over here because I saw the things I wanted to out of the Saints last week against Detroit. I think Drew Brees has a big game, but more importantly, I think the Saints run this rock really well. And we'll see what the Chargers can do on offense. I'm optimistic they'll be able to put up, let's say like 21, 24 points. I'm optimistic, but I think Saints are going to be up 27 come in with 27 or 30 points. Make sure you guys hit the like button, share the videos, subscribe to the best gambling podcast on the internet. You guys are great. I'll be live Friday in the afternoon. I don't know which time yet. I think I'm 1 hour ahead of you guys. So I'll make a post telling you what time I'll be live, and I'll answer your questions. If you guys want to, I've gotten a lot of hate this week. I understand. I'll be on here to face the music, but I've also gotten a lot of love. So let's have a conversation and answer some questions Friday afternoon. Thank you guys. Enjoy the game tonight.